So, first of all, before I get into this video, I want to say thank you to everyone who commented on my previous videos. Thank you for your support, your encouragement, your kind words. Even though it might not look like it, I am very, very, very thankful and also surprised at the positive feedback, and I was expecting very negative comments, but I got no negative comments at all. So thank you very much. Your comments really encouraged me. It was very important for me. I realized that it was one of the best things I could have done to just post those videos, even though I felt very scared. I was expecting very negative, very painful. I really needed to see all those positive reactions because they showed me that everything, all the thoughts I was having, I really needed to see reactions from others out there because they helped me see that a lot of what I think is not even true. Like a lot of the negative thoughts, they are just in my head, but it's not actually how other people are thinking. So it was like a very good reality check for me. It improved my negative self-image as well. And yeah, I gained some confidence. So thank you all for commenting and for your support and your kind words. It really means a lot to me. And you've helped me understand better why I'm having these struggles and what I can do to cope with them. So, what I wanted to talk about in this video is something I found some days ago, which was like an eye-opener for me, or at least a reminder. I was kind of going down this rabbit hole of music I used to listen to a lot. Music was like my life as a teenager. It kind of got me through some of the hardest moments in my life. It kept me going. I really liked the lyrics especially, and I was kind of into this indie rock alternative music, especially with very philosophical lyrics, and I think they shaped a lot of my view on the world and kind of my life principles, I guess, and they helped me understand myself and the world a bit better. But then I stopped listening to all that music. And then this week I somehow got into listening to that music. I don't remember how it went, but I just started listening to song after song after song. And then I found some songs that were like this revelation, you could say. And I noted down some of the lyrics that I wanted to read to you, because maybe it helps some of you out there as well. That's why the title of this video is something like, "So this is how it works." I'm not sure about the title yet, but something with "this is how it works." It's inspired by some of the lyrics, because when I was hearing those lyrics, they really resonated with me, and I think the songwriter is quite accurate with how it works, and it being life on this earth. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna read those lyrics from my phone. Yeah, I'm not gonna try from my memory because that would go very wrong. I'm also not gonna try and say it to the camera without looking like I'm reading. I'm just gonna look like I'm reading, because otherwise I don't think this is gonna work. So, I don't know. All right, I guess it's an autistic trait that I feel like over-explaining everything. I'm always afraid that people don't understand me, and then I explain too much usually. Anyways, so these are the lyrics. Let's see. I have several songs noted down here, so I think I'm just gonna go through them all, and then there are some quotes as well. So, the first song is called On the Radio by Regina Spektor. She might be my favorite artist of all time. She's very creative. She sings in English, Russian, and French. And she's not just a singer. She also plays the piano. Her lyrics are very poetic and philosophical. So I guess that's why I really like it. So, here we go. This is how it works. You're young until you're not. You love until you don't. You try until you can't. You laugh until you cry. You cry until you laugh. And everyone must breathe until their dying breath. Now this is how it works. You peer inside yourself. You take the things you like and try to love the things you took. And then you take that love you made and stick it into someone else's heart, pumping someone else's blood. And walking arm in arm, you hope it don't get harmed. But even if it does, you'll just do it all again. So that is how it works, according to Regina Spektor. And then I found another song of hers, which is called Sellers of Flowers. It's a bit deeper, you could say, but I'm just gonna read it without over-explaining again. The sellers of flowers buy up old roses. They pull off dead petals like old heads of lettuce and sell them as new ones for cheaper and fairer. But they die by the morning. So who is the winner? Not the roses, not the buyers, not the sellers. Maybe winter? When I was a small girl, I walked through the market, holding my dad's hand, mitten-gloved hand. That night there were roses, lit up in glass boxes. The heat lamps would keep them from freezing in winter. We never bought them, but somebody must have. Maybe they made it, or maybe they froze up before any person had put them in water and hoped that they'd still be alive by the morning. Who's the winner? Not the roses, not the buyers, not the sellers, not the tellers of the stories, not the fathers, not their children, not those walking on a dark night through a memory they are forgetting. Who's the winner? Maybe winter. Somebody steps on a light through a tunnel. They are holding a piece of their mind in the rubble. Hold on, I won't let go. I want to know. But no one lives long enough to see the outcome, to know any answers, to know what the point is, to know if the winter ever came closer than on that night when I walked with my father. So yeah, I thought this describes our current world quite well, or the world in general. It's like we're always busy buying and selling, and the writer asks herself, but who is the winner in the end? It's definitely not the roses, which will die often in the morning. It's not the sellers, not the buyers. So who is the winner of all this buying and selling? Who knows? Maybe winter. So, and then another song that is a bit in the same theme. It's called Ghost of Corporate Future. A man walks out of his apartment. It is raining. He's got no umbrella. He starts running beneath the awnings, trying to save his suit. Trying to dry and to dry and to dry, but no good. When he gets to the crowded subway platform, he takes off both of his shoes. And he steps right into somebody's fat loogie. So I had to look up fat loogie. And I found this. A loogie is a mess of saliva and phlegm, cleared from the throat and forcefully expectorated. So in other words, the man stepped into someone's saliva. And everyone who sees him says, ew, but he doesn't care. 'Cause last night he got a visit from the ghost of corporate future. The ghost said, take off both of your shoes, whatever chances you get, especially when they are wet. He also said, imagine you go away on a business trip one day, and when you come back home, your children have grown, and you never made your wife moan. And people make you nervous. You think the world is ending, and everybody's features have somehow started blending. And everything is plastic, and everyone's sarcastic. And all your food is frozen, it needs to be defrosted. You'd think the world was ending right now. Well, maybe you should just drink a lot less coffee. And never ever watch the 10 o'clock news. Maybe you should kiss someone nice, or lick a rock, or both. Maybe you should cut your own hair, 'cause that can be so funny. It doesn't cost any money, and it always grows back. Hair grows even after you're dead. And people are just people. They shouldn't make you nervous. The world is everlasting. It's coming and it's going. If you don't toss your plastic, the streets won't be so plastic. And if you kiss somebody, then both of you get practice. The world is everlasting. Put dirt balls in your pocket and take off both your shoes. 'Cause people are just people. People are just people like you. That song really spoke to me because I spend a lot of my time worrying, especially about what other people think and say. Well, generally just worrying about many things in life. And then imagine if you go through life like that, worrying, only to find out at the end that your kids have grown, you never made your wife moan, and basically you never lived, is what it means, because you didn't enjoy being with other people, you didn't make them enjoy anything either. All you did was worry for no reason, because in the end you end up with nothing. And that's like, this song is quite old, but it's about the corporate future, and I would say it's quite accurate. Businessmen in suits just trying to save their suit, and then it doesn't matter because they forgot their umbrella and it's raining, and then by the time they get to the subway and take off their shoes, they step into someone's saliva. And yeah, when you look at the world around you, you'd think the world is ending right now because everything is plastic and everyone is sarcastic and all your food is frozen. But there are ways to not feel like the world is ending. Maybe you should just drink less coffee and never watch the 10 o'clock news, or kiss someone nice, or lick a rock, or cut your own hair. In the end, it always grows back anyways, and apparently it even keeps growing when you're dead. Who knew? So yeah, it shows all of the worrying about people in the world is pointless, because people are people like you, and the world is everlasting, it just comes and goes. So instead of worrying, why don't you try things? Why don't you enjoy a little and live a little? And I think that is a great lesson for me to learn. So I was glad when I found that song, and I wanted to share it with you. And then there are 3 quotes that I also found. They were also very eye-opening for me. So here they are. Child, to say the very thing you really mean, the whole of it, nothing more or less or other than what you really mean. That's the whole art and joy of words. C.S. Lewis. What draws people to be friends is that they see the same truth. They share it. C.S. Lewis. And this last one is also by C.S. Lewis. Child, said the lion, I am telling you your story, not hers. No one is told any story but their own. No one is told any story but their own. And that's what I would like to leave you with today. Something to think about and see how it applies to your life. It definitely applies to mine. We all have our own story, and it would be a shame if no one ever heard it, right? It's time to live my story, not anyone else's. It's time to turn the page of my story and watch it unfold. You have a beautiful, unique story to tell. So go out there and tell it. So this is how it works. Life. Okay, here we go. Yeah. On the radio. Uh-oh. Okay. Pum, pa-dum, pa-dum, pum. Oh, so that's it.